Welcome back, everybody. Today we're back in the studio with Step Forte, and today is a kind of an exciting day because today we're going to take the first step forward, and we're actually going to learn how to do some things. We're going to learn how to beat the machine today. So take a look at our happy screen. Many times this week alone, I got a call from folks that said, man, I can't find a job. I don't know why people are not calling me. I am perfectly qualified for this job, and I'm just not getting calls back, or I'm not getting someone to pick up the phone. So today, specifically, we're going to look at Monster, and the things I'm teaching you on the Monster board, they're also going to apply to the LinkedIn board, they're going to apply to the Indeed boards, they're going to apply to ZipRecruiter, etc. But I think we'll start today with Monster, and again, what I want you to know is truly, it's not you. It's not you at all. It's really the machine. It's the artificial intelligence. And if you take a look at the screen that I have up here, you'll be able to see why. Our goal today is to get you a high number. A high number means what a recruiter sees behind the screen, behind the scenes, or what the HR person does as they're taking in candidates and they're qualifying them for the A pile, the B pile, and the probably not going to call back pile. So today we're going to take a journey into the eyes of a recruiter or the HR person. Here we go. So as you'll notice, there are certain fields that get pulled in and get pulled on Boolean logic string searches that all of the search engines do for you. We're going to take a look at those today, and we're actually going to look at a real job search that I did this morning when I was looking for somebody who may be considered a network engineer by some companies, and this is IT, of course, or somebody who may be called a systems engineer by other companies. Some companies may call them a systems admin person. So as we look at the screen here and we see add a job title, I specifically left this blank because job titles are going to go into your online profile so that the machine, the artificial intelligence, can find you. So let's take a look at today's actual search, the one I did this morning. So I'm looking for somebody that is really good with virtualization, and in IT you don't really need to know that. What you need to know is how to specifically find words that will allow the recruiter through the machine to find you. So in this case, I use some specific technologies, and all of you could be doing this by finding jobs that you really love online and taking out the specific words that identify the technology or the certifications that you need or the software that you need to be able to be found. In this case, I use some virtualization tools like VMware, Citrix. Notice I didn't put Hyper-V, I just put in Hyper. Words like ESXi, I didn't put that all the way in. I'm only putting them in, and you'll see why in a second. I'm only putting them in to draw the most, for me as a recruiter, the largest base of candidates. Also, please note these two extremely important things. One is your zip code. Let's say you're looking for a job in Buffalo and in Boston or in Miami. You want to make sure that you put a zip code. You can have more than one profile online. You're going to put a zip code in there that will get you found. So today's search was 30 miles from Buffalo, New York, 14212. And yes, we'll talk about this in another episode. You want to click this button. With the recent political climate, people are afraid of hiring what they would have normally hired as legal immigrants under certain visa programs. So you want to let everybody in the world know that if you're here legally to work in the United States, that you're there. So make sure you click this. The other thing is this field right here. This is resumes updated. So today's search, because I'm on boards all the time, was done for the last week. If you're a candidate out there and you are not saving or changing something on your online profile, whether it's LinkedIn, Monster, Career Builder, etc., you need to go back every week and resave something. Move two words and resave it so that you show up on that recruiter's screen again. So let's go and see what happens when I run through this search. Okay, so when I run through this search, if you can see the board again, you'll see that when I ran through this search, and this is when I reduced a little bit, I pull candidates, and my candidates, they're coming up at 6.7, 6 point or 5.6. I'm looking mostly at candidates over 4 or 5. Another interesting fact is you see these candidates with the 6.7, they all have different naming rights, different titles. One is an IT engineer. The other one is an owner or a technical support professional. One is a systems technologist. So one is a DevOps, or one could be a systems analyst. So it's very, very important, again, that you get all of these words into your online profile, but also into your resume that's being searched by the machine. I'm going to show you how to do that now in 1 minute here. So these are actual resumes that came into me this week, and I'm going to tell you why they're good or why they're bad. So this resume came to me this week for a field tech position. That means that's kind of like an entry-level break fix. If it's broken computer, fix it kind of thing. And he was looking for, this candidate was looking for break fix field technician role where he's fixing printers, laptops, desktop computers, maybe doing some software stuff. And I said to him as he sent me this resume, I'm like, hey man, there is no way if I was searching for you on the internet that I would have pulled you up for this, because to me, if I look at his resume, it seems as if he is a computer programmer and he doesn't have any of the words that I'm looking for. So we take a look again here at his employment. So I'm reading through his employment and I'm hearing, all right, he's configured and deployed wireless networks and things. That's good. That's perhaps something that could be helpful. But I would have never have found him on an active online search because he would not have hit all of the points that I would have put into Boolean logic. So let's take a look now at one that might. So here we go. This is a template, and by the way, these templates will be listed on the below so that you can pull them up and use them yourself, and so with the presentation so that you can review these on your own and use them to your best benefit. But in this case, we have this young guy, and this is what I would call an entry-level resume or profile, saying what he could do. First of all, the naming rights: IT customer support, PC and Mac computer repair. He's a desktop or a break fix person. And as you can see, he's specifically listing below here, or she could be as well. She's specifically listing below all of the things that could be coming up on a search. So if I'm looking for somebody in the field to do some technical IT support, I'm using words like Microsoft or Windows or Win. I'm using words like printers, laser printers, laptops, desktop. I'm using specific software like Active Directory. These are the things that are going to get you found online. Okay, here is a very experienced candidate that actually sent me their resume this week, and he was applying for that same job, which was technical support in the field. When I read through what he had done, I actually called him for another job. I thought he was a database person. I thought, here's a person that has some SQL and has done some backup recovery of databases. So let's take a look at the next screen. These are some examples. This candidate right here, this is an example of somebody that will get found. And this is a good thing to do while you're building your resume, as well as your online profile. And we're going to have another episode that talks directly about resumes. But right now, what I'd like you to know is that this is a good candidate because they have a LinkedIn profile right there. When you're found by a recruiter, what they're going to do is they're going to Google your name. And one of the most powerful things that are going to show up, and one of the most powerful tools that you can use out there, and this is not an advertisement for LinkedIn, but it is true, that people are going to show up on the Google search, and we're going to find you on LinkedIn. And I'm going to have another episode that will show you how to use LinkedIn as a powerful tool to be found and also to find your dream job as you step forward. So why is this resume a good one? Because this person used specific words that are searchable words. These are words that would be able to be found. A systems, network engineer, technical manager. They also used, if you see below, words that would allow them to be found in things like desktop server imaging. They used specific names like Cisco and Avaya, things like VMware. These are all words that will help you as a candidate find your next opportunity in a passive kind of way, because recruiters and because HR people will be able to find you. Not to mention, they will also qualify you in those higher scores. Finally, the last thing I'd like to say, and this is about, here's an email that I got this week, and it said, hey, I have a new job in Buffalo, and it's for somebody that's working in SAP, so a business analyst. And at the very bottom of that email, it says, I'm sorry, but our client cannot sponsor visas of any kind at this time. So at least in Buffalo, New York, we have a talent drain. We can really use great IT people, great engineers, people that think outside the box, that are very creative. We have lots of jobs, and this is a little plug for Buffalo as well. But a lot of the people, the clients I had in the past that would maybe consider certain visas, they're no longer considering H-1B visas. Maybe they're thinking second about TN. Those are transnational visas from Mexico and Canada. All the student visas, the OPTs, all those kinds of visas that used to be considered are maybe not being considered as much as they were in the past. So how are you as an immigrant, that's going to be another show that we put on. How is you as a legal immigrant to this country going to maximize your job search? And one of the ways you're going to do it is you are going to put right underneath your name that you are a U.S. citizen, or that you are authorized to work, presently authorized to work in the United States of America for any employer. So you get that in there right away. When I open that resume and I open that profile and I see that, and you have that box clicked on your online profile, that's going to help me to get you into the A pile. That's the A pile that I'm going to present to my candidate, or the A pile that HR is going to present to their manager. Okay, to round it up today, and in summary, today's video is about how to maximize your findability online. The way you're going to do that is you're going to use keywords, and you're going to use the zip codes, and you're going to use upgrading your resume, saving it once a week. Those are a couple of key hints that will help you to get called by a recruiter in a kind of, as they're actively searching and you're passively searching. These are some ways. Remember, your goal here is to get the interview. You can explain all of your talents once you get past the machine. So you want to get a 6.7, you want to get a 5.6 on your score. Finally, remember, it's not you, not really. It is your online profile, and it is the artificial intelligence that's helping you to be found or not be found. For more hints, come to both of my websites, Jobs at NoJame. If you're looking for a job here in Buffalo, New York, or anywhere, actually, all over the globe, I find people jobs. Or come to our website, which is www.stepforte.com. And remember to be strong, be brave, forte, brave and strong, and take that first step. That first step is you deciding your future. What job is it that you want? The way you can do that is link in with me, David NoJame at LinkedIn, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Step Forte on YouTube. So, remember, be strong, be brave, take the first step. Maximize your findability online. Until next time, we're here at Step Forte, over and out.